Now in week 20 of the USL League One season, Tormenta and Chattanooga meet for the second time in this campaign. Both teams looking to get back to their winning ways after a rough stretch in the last 5 or 6 matches. I'm Chris McCoviak bringing you the action here from Russell Park. These two teams very close regionally, but due to the postponement back on June 8th, they will see each other now 2 times in the next 11 days, starting with today. And it was back on April 20th when Chattanooga took down Tormenta 3-2, and it was actually Tormenta's first loss of the season after a start featuring 2 wins and 2 draws, and all 3 goals for Chattanooga coming in the first 17 minutes. And really completely different situation for both these sides early in the season, as Chattanooga, kind of a rough start to the season, kind of their coming out party at home at David Sand Field. Tormenta, this is when they started to tweak things defensively a bit. They were meeting some injury woes. This is when Lars Eckenrode went out injured, and also Phelps unavailable for this match. And then after those first 20 minutes really came out firing, but it was too little too late after those first 20 minutes when Chattanooga was able to put 3 goals in the back of the net. Stephen Beattie with a brace, and that's really when this league began to know about the Irishman of Cork City and his goal-scoring ability. Now 8 goals on the season, tied for second in the goal and boot race behind Demos and Keegan. But later on, it was Antley and then Chris Hellman, who's no longer with the Tormenta side, that were able to put some in. We'll see if the same fireworks come today, as both these teams could really use a win in front of us in the table, where just 6 points separate 6th through 1st now after Greenville's victory over Toronto yesterday. Coming up, Tormenta Chattanooga, they'll battle for the first time here of these 2 matches in 11 days. It's coming up next on ESPN Plus, starting 11s and kickoff.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Kick your internet into high gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
There was a time when advertising was much more simple. Technology may have changed the way people live, but it offers you exciting new ways to market your business.
That's why CAC keeps up with all the latest trends in advertising methods to help you reach your customers wherever they are.
Targeted, focused internet and television advertising. CAC is your marketing partner that makes it all simple again and makes it all work together for you.
Contact us today and let's keep moving your business forward together.
Welcome back here into Russell Park from Statesboro, Georgia. It's Tormenta and Chattanooga getting set to do battle here in week 20 of USL League One. With that, let's take a look at our Coca-Cola starting 11s, as we'll begin with the home side, Tormenta, who make 2 changes from their lineup against Greenville in the loss on Saturday. As you can tell, Antley moving a bit up the field, with Neil Vignoles now out with an injury after going down, missing some time later on in the match against Greenville. As Micheletto does return to the lineup, Dennis his 2nd straight game, starting at left back in this defensive line, as Jad Arslan moves into the right back spot with Antley up the field. So we'll see how they involve Antley in this new position as they enter today with Cadono at the top as well. Chattanooga on the other side, no changes from the lineup we saw take down North Texas 1-0 last weekend. As keep in mind, Stephen Beattie, 8 goals on the season in the middle of this formation. 5 players, including Beattie, for Chattanooga, and 5 starters here today in front of us are on yellow card accumulation warning. So something, if you're a Chattanooga fan, certainly to keep in mind as we move ahead in the future weeks, and certainly if the referee goes to the pocket here today in front of us. Again, these lineups brought to you by Coca-Cola as we head back out here looking out over Statesboro, Georgia. Nice night here after some storms rolled through just before our warm-ups here today, but luckily getting by all right as we check out our keys to the game in front of us today, brought to you by the Clubhouse. For Tormenta, starts from the back. Their defense has been so strong this season, but now looking for the offense to take its turn and get back in gear like it had in the beginning of the season. For Chattanooga, that high press, we saw that feature in the matchup back in April between these two. Can they create turnovers, force mistakes of this Tormenta backline, and then, of course, get goals because of it? And, of course, this Chattanooga side so quick when they're able to break free with Beatty and players like Seone at the top. There's Lucas Coutinho, the Brazilian, once again in the lineup for Tormenta. Chattanooga waiting to break the huddle as they'll head towards the ball to start us off here from Statesboro. Again, with the win by Greenville over Toronto yesterday, Greenville now in 4th place in the table, and these two sides part of the top 6, a top 6 that is separated by just 6 points from top to bottom. Chattanooga and Madison tied for 5th right now at 28 points, one behind Greenville for that 4th spot. So Chattanooga win today on the road, and they will move into sole possession of 3rd place, just ahead of Tormenta at 30 points. And we're off and running as Connor Doyle sends it over, and Chattanooga and Tormenta doing battle here in Statesboro. Second meeting this season between the two, and the first of 2 in the next 11 days. Early foul won by Chattanooga as Walefe will take it around the back. This Chattanooga side really shutting down North Texas last weekend, allowing 8 shots but none of which on target for Pepe and North Texas, the league leaders still in League One despite a recent slide, still at 34 points, one ahead of Lansing for the top spot here in League One. Of course, Tormenta today looking to put some heat again on North Texas. They win today and they would be tied with Lansing again for 2nd on the table as Knutson takes it and will send it back the other way. Gomez knocking it on. But certainly for Tormenta, their formula this season has been to launch Antley up the field, and you have to think they'll have some fluidity in this lineup with Arslan coming up the right wing and also Antley centrally, or if he wants to fill in on the right back spot, he can. So we'll see what looks maybe John Milrace, the head coach of Tormenta, gives Chattanooga here today as we move forward into this match. There's Gomez. He and Vignals, the main holding midfielders this season for Tormenta. As Micheletto back here after missing the Greenville match. A shot early on and scooped up by Mangles. And John Milrace, in our discussion this week ahead of the match, really seeing unfortunate results from the missing of Micheletto in that result against Greenville, and then Vignals going down early on in the first 20 minutes of the match as 2 of his key midfielders that he said were really key in breaking down opponent lines, those key block defenses like the ones that we see from Greenville week by week, with them getting clean sheets here this season. And now a bit worrisome here for the squad as they lose Neil Vignals, who's not really a player you hear too much about, but certainly one of the top holding midfielders here in League One, and gets the job done connecting the defense and offense here for Tormenta this season. Coutinho coming back, offers it up. Here's Antley moving down the field. Morel testing the left side of the box, moving against walls, and it's knocked out of play by Walefe, and looks like that'll sneak out for a throw-in just outside the corner flag. Chattanooga getting off 10 shots, 2 on target against North Texas. They won on a penalty kick by Stephen Beatty. Another win at their home confines today on the road. And Chattanooga, the contrast between home and away is the big story this season as Micheletto gets set to take this corner kick. Chattanooga 6-0-4 at David Sand Field, but 1-5-3 on the road. Micheletto whips this one in, back post, fisted away by Mangles, and Dennis will come out to have a go at it, but he'll let it go out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Tormenta as they continue the attack. Jad Arslan, starting at right back today, will make the throw-in as showing his versatility once again. Be a fullback, a winger out there, a central midfielder. Has been with Tormenta his entire career, back in his USL League 2 days, and of course today as a pro here with their League One side. 5 goals, of course, in that April 20th matchup, but also the two teams here combining for 11 shots on target, and then 22 total in that early season matchup. From talking to John Milracy earlier this season, he really pointed to the chemistry that needed to build in that new back line in those first 20 minutes, and he thought the final 70 were really impressive from the squad trying to come back. As Phelps knocking that down from Beattie. He goes down, the Australian holding his right leg, as it's a free kick from midfield for Tormenta. Our head official for tonight's match, Luis Diego Arroyo, as Phelps still down, slowly getting up. Another look here. And Beattie looks like just getting the top of Phelps' right foot as he went for that ball down the field. Phelps and Knutson, main center backs, the second half of the campaign here for Tormenta, as Tormenta has adjusted from a 3-back to a 4-back as the season's gone on. Kind of surprised by Dennis starting at left back last week and then of course today, but John Milracy saying that his true position really was coming in as a left wing back in what was a back 3 hybrid back 5 with this formation earlier this season, but he was good offensively, so they moved him up the field. So when needed, coming to the back, Jerry St. Phil off the bench potentially for another match, as he's in the 18 today. He's been the left back for a good chunk of the season, as Antley will move this right side over to Phelps. Micheletto cutting through traffic, service to the left side, and up and out of play past Dennis. Micheletto did miss the match against Greenville due to yellow card accumulation, getting one against Madison. Amponza making the team of the week here in week 19. 5 interceptions, 10 duels won out of his 14 attempted in the win against North Texas. Amponza, a player coming with head coach Tim Hankinson from his previous stop with Montego Bay United in Jamaica. As Dennis chases after this, Mare there, cuts it on back, top of the box as Phelps will take it in, keeping it from the Spaniard, Seone, as Gomez will continue play up the field. And the first real test here by Chattanooga. Dennis left flank here in the 7th minute. As Antley chips it ahead. Dennis, Morel, Coutinho, back to Dennis. Working around the back, Dennis with it. Tormenta, 22 goals this season, just 4 in the first half though. They're more of a second half team, of course, with 18 in that stretch of the game. 1-3-2 record in their last 6, 7 goals scored, but 7 given up, and just 1 clean sheet over that stretch, getting them to 9 on the season, tied for first with the Triumph of Greenville. Chattanooga with 6 clean sheets this season. That ball goes out of play. They throw in near side for Walls. And of course, the right back to take a few steps back. Tony Walls coming over from St. Louis FC, where he spent the last 2 years. 41 appearances. Making start number 17 here today from the right back spot. As he'll throw this back into play, and we're underway here in the 9th. Off of Antley, out, and it's going to be a throw-in for Chattanooga as they move up the field. Chattanooga, record of 1-1-3 in their last 5. That's 6 points total. 4 goals put in but 5 given up, and included in that a 2-0 loss at Lansing that ended that long unbeaten run for Chattanooga. But that unbeaten run mostly featuring draws, unfortunately, for the Red Wolves, but nonetheless gaining points on the table. Ball up down the left flank. Here's Alex Morrell cutting back to it, looking for options. Silenced, though, in the end by Fola, former FA Euro New York player in USL League 2. As Walls down the sideline. Beatty after it, losing it out of play. No, it stayed barely in and swept all the way back to Hara. Knutson, Antley, Phelps, Antley cutting it ahead. Back to Chattanooga, where Connor Doyle will knock it on over to Beatty. Both these teams certainly not content with where they are on the table, looking for more points and a playoff spot to be clinched down the line, as both teams recently announcing signings here in this recent window. Yesterday, Jordan Skelton announced, the defender from Tormenta 2, not in the 18 today, but the Newcastle, England native. Certainly will be getting time as we move ahead in the season, making 3 appearances for Tormenta 2 in their playoff run to the Southern Conference title before falling in the League 2 national semifinals. All-American at Lander University. Previously with Mississippi Brilla in League 2, another one of the top teams in the South. Micheletto sends it ahead. Cadona, recent addition from Loudoun United, sending that shot off, but right into the arms of Mangles. Another addition for Tormenta, and he, if you remember, had that tying goal against Lansing in the 1-1 draw. Last time Tormenta was here at Irk Russell Park, saving a point deep in that match. Kobe Perez as well, signed from the Tormenta 2 side. Seeing his first action for the Tormenta League 1 side last week against Greenville, coming on in the place of the injured Vignoles, 4-year Mercer player. That goes out of play, as it'll be a throw-in by Dennis on the near flank. Antley will pass it around. Of course, Chattanooga this week announcing the addition of Greg Hurst on the bench today, the native of Stirling, Scotland, spending the last few years playing in his native Scotland. Stenhouse Muir FC player in Scottish 2nd Division recently, putting 2 goals, 5 assists in 15 appearances, as Walls going down on the contact from Coutinho. And it'll be a free kick to Chattanooga here in the 12th. And Hurst, Hankinson telling us, offering some youth at 22 years old along with his pace. A quality set that really his staff recognized early on in the season among League 1. And they found that hopefully in Greg Hurst. He's looking to come off the bench today, Hankinson says, for about 20 minutes. So we'll see if that can occur as the match draws on. Walefe centrally now as Ziguro takes it in, winding it out wide. 6 assists for the Albanian this season. More of a wing player as he started the season at left back, but he and Caparelli certainly can overlap on that left wing. Cadona passing it out of play, looking for Arslan, but it's a throw-in for Caparelli and Chattanooga. And Ponza. Here's Antley, former Mercer player, moving up the field. Here's Dennis. Knutson working at left side. Here's Morrell, the former Tampa Bay Rowdy, cutting through traffic. Up ahead, flicked back as Coutinho after the ball gets Fola. No foul called as Antley hits the floor. Walefe, good turn, looking downfield, the cut back, and he'll keep it with his defense in Amponza. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. That's Select ball working its way through the back with the Red Wolves as we continue here in the 14th minute from Russell Park. Tormenta currently third in the League One table. Chattanooga tied for fifth with forward Madison. And the Flamingos right now in a battle with the Richmond Kickers. Also going on here on ESPN Plus. Stolen back, Coutinho on the run, met by a few white kits though. Coutinho the strike, blocked away by Fola as Amponza tried to clear it. Doyle will help out here on this near flank. A great opportunity for Coutinho, but just could not make the most of it. And here's a fun little piece of video as Morel chasing after Walls with one cleat off. Knutson guiding it out of play. It's a goal kick. As up and down we go here at Russell Park. It's a goal kick for Hara, but here's another look as Coutinho getting the shot off and deflected back by Fola. As Hara standing over the ball, looking to send this down the field in the 14th minute. Forward Madison and Richmond deadlocked 0-0 as we are. So far, 2 shots on target for Tormenta, nothing for Chattanooga. As the Chilean keeper, Hara, the captain for Tormenta, certainly one of the Golden Glove favorites, along with Greenville's Dallas J early on, the 2 lowest GAAs for keepers. Hara certainly seems like he's up for save of the week every week here in League One with something spectacular, as well as falling over Codono, and a foul called against the Milwaukee native as Codono will draw the free kick for Tormenta. Codono spending 4 years at Cal Berkeley, 20 goals, 3 assists, originally from Japan, before being drafted by DC United in the 3rd round of the 2019 Super Draft. Spending early part of the season with Loudoun United, 1 goal in 10 appearances, but just wasn't seeing a lot of time and approved the move over here to Tormenta. And so far so good, putting 1 goal in his 2 appearances, making his 2nd start here today after he started more in an attacking midfield position against the Triumph last week. Caleb Jackson at the top. Jackson taking a seat on the bench for the first time in quite a few matches. As Morel trying to get around Walls, he's had trouble against the veteran defender to start the match today. Deflected and back with Chattanooga. Volleyed ahead, a good run by Seone. Phelps in a battle with him, and he'll knock it back to Hara, who has to tip this over to Gomez. Gomez, the Gainesville, Georgia native, will move it on up to Connor Antley. '17th minute, ticking into the 18th. 0-0, Tormenta and Chattanooga. Again, their 2nd meeting of the season, 1st since April. Morel, Antley. Antley knocked away by Doyle. Walefe down the left flank. First of 3 matches in a row at home for Tormenta as Seone on the run again, but Phelps helping out Hara there as the keeper will sling it out wide. As early on here, it's been all Tormenta possession, 65-35 in favor of the home side. Codono out wide. Here's Micheletto. Little scoop ahead, but Arslan too far into the box. As Caparelli, Ziguro, and Caparelli back down the field to his opposite number, Connor Antley. Antley cutting it over. Coutinho on the ball. As Doyle steps up, here's Micheletto. Antley losing the ball from behind. Micheletto Back heel, no good, as stolen back by Ziguro, the Albanian. And a talking to from our head referee, Arroyo. So Tormenta already in this match today, more shots than they had against the Triumph last Saturday, and a really frustrating day that John Milracy said really it came down to Greenville scoring so early and then really putting the block in as they do at home, up 1-0 as a goal was put in right after Vignals went down. And he thought that that injury played a key part in things opening up for the Triumph, at least in the early going. So far, 2 on target as well for Tormenta. They had none on Saturday. Walls back heel through the legs of Knutson. Beatty on the run, puts the cross in. A skipper. Ziguro on it, scoops it into the box, just seeing what will happen. It's a Knutson header as Gomez swoops it out to Walls. Walls service towards the box, knocked down by Phelps, and Coutinho helps it back towards midfield. The Brazilian on the ball, Morel back on it. Over to Coutinho, and out to Gomez. Phelps, here in the 21st, surveying right flank, puts it out there, and maybe numbers moving ahead for Tormenta. Micheletto. Back through all the way to Knutson, the University of Central Arkansas player, making 69 starts there in his collegiate career. Coutinho takes a tumble while Leffe on the run. Advantage played. Through ball ahead. Seone didn't see it coming as Phelps will curl around this one and play it back to Gomez. 70-30 possession in favor of Tormenta here in the 22nd. Here is Beatty. While Leffe going down, and he'll win the foul here. The native of Sao Paulo, Brazil, 25 years old, working into that holding midfield spot this season along with Connor Doyle for Chattanooga. Another look here at this foul, pretty clear, as Beatty giving it off to the Brazilian and dragged down by Cadono. Chattanooga works it around the back. Mare losing it. Knutson back to Hara. Former Wingate University keeper putting it deep down the field as Caparelli lets us go on out of play. Fans follow the Chattanooga Red Wolves, Tormenta FC, and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, US Open Cup, and much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Of course, also going on right now, Madison and Richmond, but also at 10:20 in a late night edition of League One, our final match here of Week 20, as there'll be FC Tucson traveling to Toyota Stadium to take on North Texas. They had a fun one earlier this year with some chances in it. A 1-0 win for North Texas at home, but this time around FC Tucson trying to get back into things. Currently at 23 points, tied with Toronto FC2 for the 7th spot in the table, but of course they are 5 points behind those teams tied for 5th in Chattanooga and forward Madison. North Texas, of course, on a slide of late as Morel slides this ball forward, and Ponza the tackle, a clean one coming from the Ghanaian and spurring on the Red Wolves the other way. Here in the 24th, Beatty stepping up, lines this one ahead, but a wishful one into the Cat 5 supporters and wide of that right post. Holt the Ibis almost taking a hit on this one. As Beatty sliding this one out of play, a wishful one as Parr was backing up to get back on his line. And that is the first shot of the match for the Red Wolves. It's been all Tormenta possession in the first 24 minutes. Foul called on Caparelli as Micheletto will head over to take it. Caparelli, native of Buenos Aires, Argentina, turning 24 recently. As Dennis will look to pass this off. Back all the way to the center backs, Knutson and Phelps at midfield. Right to Seone, gives it off to Tony Walls. Malefe, part of the Swope Park Rangers run through the playoffs of the USL Championship back in 2016 before a knee injury sidelined him. Worked on things back in his native Brazil in the lower leagues as came back from that injury, and now featuring all season long here for Tim Hankinson. Antley. Seone. Doyle cutting it back, sliding through. Gomez, a dangerous challenge, but luckily for him, spun the right way, so no contact was had. As Tormenta sweeping this back the other way. Shinya Kodono flicking it on, but Morel can't get there before it heads out of play for a Chattanooga throw-in. Dennis goes down, late contact from Doyle as it's a free kick on the near flank. Tormenta beginning a three-match homestand here with this one today. 5-1-2 at home this season. That one loss, of course, coming recently against forward Madison, as it was the Flamingos taking it 2-1. As we've seen, really, the home undefeateds fall quickly these last few matches. Chattanooga able to hold on last week as Micheletto going down. A heavy tackle as a yellow card is shown to Stephen Beatty, the captain of Chattanooga. And with that, he will miss the next match for Chattanooga coming against North Texas next Saturday, a 7 p.m. start at David Stanton Field. And Micheletto feeling all of that one as he's grimacing a bit. Another look here. As coming in, heavy challenge, maybe gracing the ball a bit, but nonetheless taking Micheletto completely down was Stephen Beatty as he sees his 6th yellow card of the season, now in his 20th start. That'll be disappointing for the Red Wolves, as they'll have to be without their best attacking player against North Texas. Micheletto back with Tormenta here in the 28th minute. Gomez down the right flank, over the top, chasing after it, deflected, but back into play as Mangles pounces on the ball. A former Portland Timbers 2 keeper all over that one. As it's Zamponza ahead to Caparelli. A bit more possession here for Chattanooga the last few moments. Up to 38% now. Zamponza takes it in. Ghanaian making his 13th start of the season. Doyle, the former DC United player, working into a holding midfield role here with Chattanooga this season. Seone spinning around. Micheletto, good job staying on the ball there. Fighting with Gomez, still in possession. Strikes it true, but a zinger wide of that left post as Pablo Hara watched that one fly on the quick turn by Seone. Looking for goal number 3 this season. Another look at this one. And wow, what a turn on this. Sending it out of play. So far, 2 shots for Chattanooga, both off target. Tormenta still with 3, 2 on target. Out wide, there's Connor Antley working more of the right wing. Arslan there, back heel, back to Antley. Doyle, quick steal as Antley giving away another pass. Try to steal it back there, but it trickles out for a Tormenta throw-in towards the final third. Antley having Codono run off the ball. Micheletto. Through ball, beautiful move. Codono on the box. The rebound, Codono still with it, but losing control of it. And Ponza stopping the Tormenta forward. Player down for Chattanooga. And Mangles almost coughing that up for a second opportunity as a foul is won by the Red Wolves. Tensions building here at Ark-Russell Park. Another look here at this through ball. A beautiful one towards Shinya Codono from Micheletto. What a strike, but a better save by Mangles as it's a jumbled mess. Codono on the ground and Ponza and Mangles there as well. And out of that, a free kick for Chattanooga in midfield where Walefe stands. Out of play, it's a throw-in for Tony Walls and the Red Wolves. 32nd minute, 0-0, Chattanooga and Tormenta. Battle of top 6 teams here in USL League One. Micheletto knocks it ahead, but it'll go back to Chattanooga. Stepping up is Fola. And all the way through to Pablo Hara. Looking for the latest USL League One news and content? Follow at USL League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. Of course, always stay tuned there for the Goal of the Week and Save of the Week voting, as well as the recent monthly awards, as it was Daryl Shore of Forward Madison taking home Coach of the Month. And for Lansing, Rafa Mintzingen with his hot stretch of scoring, taking home Player of the Month, second straight month. Player of the Month has gone to a Lansing player after Stefan Cleveland got it previously. Foul called here against Coutinho as Leo Fola going down. Native of New York City, as it's helped up by our head official, Arroyo. He'll take the opportunity for a quick word. Another look at this foul. Just a late tackle there, in from behind by Coutinho. Mangles, the keeper for Chattanooga, will take this down the field here in the 33rd. Headed on, stays in play via Beatty. Knocked back over. Seone there, but cleared up and out of play. Phelps on the ball. It's now a throw-in for Chattanooga, attacking the other way. Walls the long throw-in. Headed down. Morel and Micheletto there, dodging Walls, clearing it downfield. Codono on the run, so is Mpanza, in a bit of trouble. but getting some room here over to Fola. Back to Amponza, Week 19 Team of the Week member. Fola over to Amponza. Bit of a chess match, early on between these two sides. As now Morel steals it. Through ball, Alex Morel, great run here into the left side of the box. Crossing it back over and up and out of play. Oh, what a chance for the Brazilian Coutinho. But unfortunately, skying that one on the cutback pass by Morel. Another look here in the 35th minute. As Morel, what a great run. As no one saw Coutinho coming. It was Antley at the back post. And that ball skying into the night here in Statesboro, Georgia. An update from Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. 0-0 between Forward Madison and Richmond as Seone into the box, cutting it, but another great stop by Josh Phelps. Out, and we have a corner kick here for Chattanooga. Another look at this one as Seone putting on the Jets, but Phelps getting just enough of his left boot to the ball to knock it out of play. Corner kick here for Chattanooga. Phelps, three-time Team of the Week member here in League One. You can see why. Ball whipped in. Headed down, still in play, but maybe a chance to break here for Tormenta. Charlie Dennis on the run. Caparelli steps up, Coutinho there. Here's Micheletto, but behind him to Doyle. And just a poor build-up there by Tormenta. As Chattanooga back on the attack, Beatty goes down, and Gomez giving the foul. And slowing up the Red Wolves. As Beatty looking for the yellow card maybe after his a few minutes ago. Quick restart. Ziguro and Beatty though on the wrong page as the Irishman will service it out to Walls. Seone off of Micheletto. Walefe through ball, but a bit too far for the right back Walls as it's out for a Pablo Jara goal kick here in the 37th. Both these teams really going at it as we move deeper and deeper into this match. Tormenta looking for a win today to get back to that confidence at home. Their last two home games resulting in non-wins. They draw against Lansing and they lost to Forward Madison. What has been a fortress to start the year has quieted in the recent stretch. Something we also see Toronto FC2 dealing with in BMO Training Ground. They were undefeated until losing their last three against Richmond, Madison, and Greenville yesterday in 3-1 fashion. All the way through, Alex Mangles will step up, and the native of Lafayette, California, working it ahead. Doyle. Seone, pressure from Micheletto behind him. Heavy challenge from Phelps, lucky to get away with no contact. Ball sent in, a rocket by Ziguro, saved by Hara. As Walls losing it, Walefe cutting it out wide, another strike through, flicked up. Seone the strike, and just wide. What a jumbled mess here in the box, and Chattanooga almost finding the initial strike. And a sigh of relief there from Pablo Jara. Another look here from the left side. Segura, what a strike. And palmed away by Jara, as he'll have the goal kick here in the 39th. Chattanooga quiet to start the match, but they're getting their chances as we move through these initial 45 minutes. Now 3 shots for the Red Wolves, 5 for Tormenta, 3 on target. As the home side will test the near flank, and Micheletto shoved out of play by Fola. Pretty obvious foul there, as it'll be a free kick for Tormenta here on the near flank. Fola making his 9th start of the season here today. As we'll see how Tormenta handles this free kick. They could technically put in a shot, but 2-man wall for Chattanooga. They'll be backed up as Dennis, the left back in today's action, will take this one. Charlie Dennis looking for assist number 3 on the season. Leads League One entering the week and created chances. Whips this one in. Headed down and away by Antley. And this will trickle out of play, and Chattanooga the throw-in on the far side. First minute, as Knutson missing the header there on the leap. Right side, here's Seone. Through ball, ahead. Mare on the run, Mare the strike, but tipped on and wide, as it's a corner kick for the Red Wolves, as Mare getting a chance from the through ball of Seone. The Argentine forcing the pressure on Tormenta as they concede the corner kick here to Chattanooga. Another look at this one. As Mare sliding that on by, and just barely a tip with the left paw by Pablo Jara as the corner kick comes in, whipped. Back post headed, but a foul is called as Fola got contact to it, but was holding on to Knutson meanwhile, and now a free kick for Jara. Get out of danger here in the 42nd. Ticking towards halftime here, about 3.5 minutes before stoppage time here in this first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at some of the recent signings in this recent transfer window across League One, the upcoming schedules for both of these sides, and also we'll take a look, of course, at Team of the Week and news and notes from around League One. Through ball down the right flank. Arslan on the run, moving up the field in this formation. And the deflection out of play. And here comes a corner kick for Tormenta, their second of the match, as this corner kick will be brought to you by the Sack Company. Looks like Dennis walking over to take it. Taking his time with this one. Dennis standing over the ball. Dennis whipping it in. Knocked down by Mangles and cleared by Chattanooga. Arslan, the throw in from the near side, out to Gomez. Knutson. Phelps, up to Micheletto. 2 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in this first half action between Tormenta and Chattanooga. Both sides seeing 6 shots at this point. 5 shots on target combined, as Chattanooga now has 2 after that chaos in the box just a few moments ago. Hara off his line, playing it ahead to his center backs. They're content here to pass around a bit. Dennis knocking it on back to Knutson. And he'll sling this over to Phelps. Gomez down the left flank. Good piece of footwork there to bring the ball down for Morel. Codono cutting it back. Brought down in the box is Morel. Ahead to Mangles. And he'll pick up the ball. Tormenta wanted the penalty, but Walls and Morel colliding away from the ball as Mangles sending that out to his defense. As Codono clearly was targeting Morel for that through ball. Doyle, as we tick down the final few seconds of this first half. Taken in and out of play as Antley has moved back to that right back spot with Arslan up in the midfield. No stoppage time here from Merck Russell Park as it's 0-0, Tormenta and Chattanooga at the break. Both teams seeing a good chunk of chances, and we should be in for a fun one with some tensions certainly boiling as well on the field as it's 0-0, Tormenta and Chattanooga at the break here from Russell Park. Tormenta, some opportunities against the Chattanooga back line, but nothing in so far, putting 3 shots on target. Red Wolves 2 of their own the other side, as we'll have first half highlights coming up next along with halftime coverage here from Russell Park.
Kick your internet into high gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
We are world changers. We learn by doing, and our training prepares us for direct impact in our field. We are scholars. Even as undergrads, we work alongside our faculty to solve challenges facing our region, our state, and our world. We are leaders, experts, working with business and government partners for economic growth. This is Georgia Southern University, and we are the Eagle Nation.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Welcome back here to Russell Park. 0-0 at the break between Chattanooga and Tormenta, as now taking a look at some of the players even featured in tonight's match with this recent transfer window closing out, and one being here at Russell Park getting his debut going. It was Oliver White for Madison as Tormenta on the wrong end of the stick, but a beautiful goal by Oliver White, as he has been a great addition for Forward Madison at the top, getting the start tonight against Richmond, as he also servicing as a good hold-up striker at the top, versatile player for Darrell Shore on loan from Memphis 901 FC, along with Louis Bennett as well, a double loan there from Memphis up to forward Madison. Additionally, for forward Madison, getting a good hot streak going with those new additions as they'll look to get the win today against Richmond. But here for Tormenta, an addition of their own coming through against Lansing as Shinya Kadono on this pass by Morrell, saving a point off the fingertips of Stephon Cleveland and into the back of the net. As Kadono again starting up top today, you've seen some action from him. He's been a great addition for Tormenta as they look to reignite their offense. Almaguer signing fully as a pro with the USL League One side, North Texas SC. He was technically on loan for most of the season from the FC Dallas Academy, but now fully with the team for the rest of the campaign as Almaguer will look to contribute to North Texas. A look at some of the other signings. We mentioned Greg Hurst, Jordan Skelton, Kobe Perez as well for Tormenta. Tormenta 2 also getting some love from Greenville with the JJ Donnelly addition. Donnelly not seeing time yesterday, but certainly well down the stretch as a striker for Greenville as we move down and further into the season. But good moves from some of the playoff contenders and makes everything even more exciting as we hit the final stretch of the season. Tormenta coming up with these new additions. We'll be looking at another home match as they'll have 2 more against Chattanooga, I mentioned, on August 21st, but also next week against FC Tucson, the 3rd matchup this season between Tucson and Tormenta. Tormenta winning the first 2 with quite a couple goals overall, but Tucson now at 23 points on the table. A tough match tonight for them against North Texas. We'll see what Tucson side can show up against Tormenta next week, as Tucson has unfortunately really been up and down throughout the season, as they've been a side that we've seen be able to beat Greenville on the road and put 3 goals up, but also waver at times on those long road trips as Tormenta will host them. And then Chattanooga again before another home match against Richmond, and 2 really tough road matches, North Texas and forward Madison also coming up for Tormenta. On the other side in today's matchup, Chattanooga, we mentioned now Stephen Beatty will be without his squad in this upcoming match due to yellow card accumulation, getting one today, but certainly a great event going on for Chattanooga, kicking it for kids with cancer in partnership with the Austin Hatcher Foundation. T-shirts will be on sale to fundraise here as the organization looking to erase the effects of pediatric cancer. So check that out, Red Wolves fans. As now we'll take a look at USL League 2 and their featured final in the recent days.
Fortune can hit from here. Oh! McCarthy once more. Back in, and it's a goal for North Carolina FC. Big shot and score. And Ben Spees lets one fly and drills it.
Fit in with Bethlehem and really Philadelphia. Prater lofting, header snap in. New Mexico to run away with it. Weehan stealing it now. The ball.
Fortune can hit from here. Oh! My! And how about North Carolina FC?
Gets the return ball. Now Chavez to have a goal! What a strike from Ivan Chavez! His 4th of the year at Fresno FC.
Oto whipping it in towards the.
Oh, what a save! Tejejas in a second save!
Welcome back into Russell Park. News and notes from around USL League One. I mentioned before the monthly awards now, as Rafa Mintzingen and Daryl Shore being named to those honors. Crazy week here already in Week 20 with a big result by the Triumph, moving up to 4th place here in League One. Player of the Week honors going to Tumi Moshabani, as Lansing played a few more matches than everyone else on the table, but certainly peaking at the right moment with some wins down the stretch. As we take a look at the Team of the Week, as Tumi putting in 2 goals last week, getting that Player of the Week honor. And you can see plenty of orange and also the light blue from Forward Madison up there. Greenville getting 2 spots, as Mpanza from a match today getting in as a Week 19 Team of the Week member. The goals leaders being updated just yesterday, as now Demos and Keegan even at 9 goals after Keegan scored against Toronto FC2. Stephen Beatty still a chance to score today to get even at the top, but Jordan Perusa also there looking to bag another coming up next week. Looking at the Golden Glove now race here in League One. I mentioned before Pablo Hara and Dallas J really leading the race at this point. 9 clean sheets, and those GAAs, a beauty there, and something you're certainly going to love if you're a head coach. So those 2 sides, as any League One fan would know, have been 2 of the top defenses here in League One all season. Looking at the scoreboard from recent results, as you see, 3-1 win for the Triumph yesterday, along with the other action from last week. Tormenta falling in that battle with the Triumph. As for our other team here today, Chattanooga getting the win on the penalty kick against North Texas. And coming up later tonight, 10:20 start approximately, North Texas FC Tucson doing battle. Should be a fun one there, a 1-0 win in the reverse result earlier this season by North Texas, and more matchups, of course, coming up later next week, as should be a fun one there in the playoff battle, potentially, as Greenville and also Forward Madison meeting coming up from Legacy Early College. After this next break, we'll have first half highlights and stats coming to you from Statesboro, Georgia.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Your future is within reach at Georgia Southern.
Discover one vibrant university with 3 distinctive campuses
and a world full of possibilities.
You'll be part of a proud legacy of academic excellence and innovation.
Expand your horizons with more opportunities than you've ever imagined and become your most exceptional self.
It's time to spread your wings. Come join us at Georgia Southern.
Come join us at Georgia Southern.
Come join us at Georgia Southern.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
Welcome back here into Russell Park as we finish off our Optum Healthcare halftime report, as it's Chattanooga and Tormenta 0-0 at the break. As we take a look at our first half highlights, and we mentioned this before, good chances from both sides, but overall, as you can see, no goals in the back of the net, as Tormenta and the Red Wolves battle here, their second matchup of the season. Some early chances by Tormenta as they had most of the possession. They led possession early on, 70% to 30%, until Chattanooga started getting more into this match, as Cadona lights that shot up and taken in by Mangles. As Tormenta really had a tough time penetrating the box. They were able to get multiple chances from the outside. Coutinho here had a great run, but Fola at the last second getting a stop. as this was cleared away by Connor Doyle in the end. But you can see here, Coutinho again breaking through the lines of Chattanooga and almost getting an opportunity as Tormenta looked to strike in this match. Beatty slicing this one on wide right of the right post and out of play. As Seone here, a rocket on a quick turn just wide of the other post. And this is really foreshadowing Chattanooga getting into this game. Cadono, maybe the best chance here for Tormenta, going down there, the ball spinning free, and then Chattanooga able to clear it. Morel here, a cutback, and Coutinho really wanting this one back, skying it up and out of play. Seone here really creating well, as Phelps had a few good stops to help out Hara at the back, including that one. Ziguro here, a powerful strike, parried away by Hara at the frame. As we take a look at our halftime stats here from Irk Russell Park. 6 shots apiece, and as I mentioned, a few more shots on target by Chattanooga. Took them a while to get those in this match, but in the chaos there, certainly testing Hara, as the possession has been increasing more and more for the Red Wolves as we go on. That 1 yellow card going to Stephen Beatty, and that will bring him to that yellow card accumulation threshold, and he will miss that next match against North Texas as Cadono stands over the ball. And we finish off our Optum Healthcare halftime report, and we're back here for second half action as Gomez takes the ball in and gives it off to Jad Arslan, and he'll send it down the right flank. And Ponza heads it on. Ziguro takes it in. And Phelps trying to clear it, but it is brought back in favor of Chattanooga due to the foul. Again, I'm Chris McCovic bringing you the action here. Second 45 from Statesboro, Georgia, Irk Russell Park. 0-0 between Tormenta and Chattanooga. These two sides combining for 5 goals the first time they met in April. Playing for the first time since then, as the match on June 8th in this venue was postponed to August 21st. So that means the first of 2 matches in 11 days between these two, and should be 2 key results in the playoff race down the line here in USL League One. Doyle taking it out of the back. Again, with the win by the Triumph yesterday, it's now 6 points, the margin between the teams tied for 5th and 1st place here in League One. Beatty taken down by Phelps as he knocked the ball ahead. And a yellow card will be issued to Josh Phelps on that tackle, his 3rd of the season. But a good run by Beatty as he saw the contact coming and knocked it ahead, as we'll look at the replay here. As Beatty was brought down by Phelps. Pretty clear challenge for the foul. Free kick from the near flank. Ziguro always getting these balls in on target. You saw the power he had on that shot in the first half. Now a 2-man wall. Arslan and Coutinho there for Tormenta. Ziguro looking to add to his assist total this season. He's at 6. Whips this one in. Headed up and away as it was Tony Walls in there looking for the strike, but it will be a Pablo Hara goal kick upcoming. Good opportunity by the Red Wolves looking to strike to start this second half. Again, the potential for both these sides to see new signings in this second half off the bench. Greg Hurst, the Scotsman, signed this week by Chattanooga. Tim Hankinson saying he's going to try and get him some time off the bench here in this match. And also for Tormenta, seeing time in his first match against Greenville last week is Kobe Perez, more of a holding midfielder centrally in this formation. And he may see time certainly off the bench as this one goes on past the 49th minute. Micheletto back there with Phelps as he'll give the ball off. Arslan over to Phelps, and he'll work it out of the back. At halftime, up at Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin, 0-0 between Richmond and Forward Madison. Red Wolves trying to get on the attack, but instead it's Phelps back with it. Arslan Moore at that right back position as we start the second half. We saw Antley take over there as the first 45 dragged on. Beatty back with it as Chattanooga tries to establish possession. Seone down the right flank towards Beatty, met by Antley, knocked off the ball and out of play. And this is interesting now as Chattanooga wins the corner kick. Antley looks more like a left back spot here as Arslan moves into the right back, and that's something we see sometimes Tormenta go to when Arslan comes off the bench in matches, as maybe Dennis seeing more time up the field now, trying to generate some offense here in the second half, as Zigura will head over to take this corner kick, looking for the ball. Knocked down, quick turn, Mare the strike, but Codono the stop. Micheletto on the run. Dennis also ahead, he'll get it out wide. Micheletto goes down. Here's Dennis. Thinking about it, he'll take a strike, a bender that went off the outstretched leg of Walefe. It's going to be a corner kick for Tormenta. Of course, brought to you by the Sack Company. On the shot by Charlie Dennis. Micheletto will head over to take it. Marco Micheletto looking for assist number 3 on the season as he takes this corner kick. Of course, brought to you by the Sack Company as Marco Micheletto moving some signage, get some room. Micheletto whips it in there and grabbed by Mangles. Difficult ball there to read as it whips into the central area of the box, but Mangles right there with no bodies around him. Arslan on the run against Seone. Here comes Seone. This ball trickling towards the end line and both players go down and a foul is won. Seone checking on Arslan as both players were down. A good show of sportsmanship as they went after that ball that would have been going over the end line anyway. Another look here as Arslan gets back up. Really hard hit to the floor for Arslan as Seone trying to get around him. Pablo Hara will send this ball off as we restart things here in the 53rd minute. Micheletto, Codono, back to Micheletto. Dennis out wide, right side of the box, cuts towards the end line. The cutback, put in and knocked away, still in play. No, all the players looking at the sideline saying, what's the call? And it looks like a goal kick. That one deflected up and out of play, and Ponza tried to save it. But indeed, it went off Tormenta at that near post. Very weird play, but does result in a goal kick for Alex Mangles. Again, Chattanooga with a win today moves into sole possession of third place. Tormenta trying to get in a tie for second with Lansing. With a win here today. Ball trickling down the near flank. As this will be brought back to Tormenta as Mare and Beatty looking to break free. Arslan over to Phelps, and we're back underway. Ball through all the way to Mangles here in the 55th. And Bonza takes it in and will work it around the back. Chattanooga trying to build ahead, 8 shots so far, 2 on target for the away side. Gomez takes it in. Micheletto. Through ball. Codono there. Along with Morrell. Flick back. Dennis on the run. Codono flicks it back up. Goes down, no call. As Walefe trying to get back to it. And the Brazilian does for Chattanooga. Seguro down the left flank, good run by Mare, but against 2 Tormenta players as Arslan tracks the Chattanooga forward. Again intercepted by Gomez and flicked on to Marco Micheletto. Former Reading United player in League 2 as well as Tormenta 2 last year. Antley testing Walefe, gets by him. Morrell, Codono, Antley left flank towards the box, sends it in there. A dribbler picked up by Mangles as he came off his line as Dennis was at that back post, but certainly the ball not getting to him through all that traffic. Another look here as Antley took the ball in against Walls, put it in there. And it looked like Coutinho maybe centrally trying to make a run into the box, but just held up as he didn't think that ball was coming. Strike coming and off Hara, and then what a move for Chattanooga. And they are up 1-0 here on the road. Cito Seone, he's been so good 1v1 today, and he pulls through here in the 57th. 1-0 to the Red Wolves. Another look here. Arslan stepping up but not getting the stop as Seone, a rocket. Hara is there but cannot stop that one. As again, Tormenta find themselves down at home in these last few matches. Seone, his 3rd of the season. That's Chattanooga now in the lead at Russell Park. Dennis stepping up. Will there be a response? Micheletto off the right side, now into the box, but met by a few defenders. Back in Codono there. Sharp angle. Doyle bodying him away, out of play. And this will be a goal kick for Mangles and Chattanooga. What a strike by Seone, as we'll see a sub by both sides, both offensive-minded, as Cece comes on for Chattanooga and Mikey Rowe for Tormenta. Off comes Mare for Chattanooga, while for Tormenta, we'll see who comes off for Rowe. That's 1 goal in his 14 appearances this season. And off comes Charlie Dennis who moved up to a more offensive position in the second half. But it'll be Rowe taking over. Looking to ignite things on this offensive end. Tormenta at a record of 2-4-2 when they concede first in matches. Of course, 2 comeback wins, 2 comeback draws among those results, as a foul is won by Tormenta. Gomez over it. But Chattanooga, hear this record, 7-0-3 when they score first. Looking still for their second road win of the season, as they look to hold on here in Statesboro, Georgia, out of play. Walls wanted the call, and indeed he'll get it off of Antley. It's a throw in here for Tony Walls. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Antley after the ball on the far flank. He'll take it and scoop it back the other way over to Jad Arslan. Phelps here in the 61st. Arslan knocked down by Ziguro on the near flank, but continues possession for Tormenta. And it looks like advantage was played. This will be brought back for the Arslan foul. As Phelps playing this on back to Hara in the 61st. 1-0 Chattanooga. Up at Breese Stevens Field in Madison. 0-0 between Richmond and Forward Madison. As the Richmond Kickers have wavered over the course of the season, but at 19 points now, 2 straight wins, they'll be looking to pull the upset on the road here tonight. Phelps, Gomez, back to the Australian, and will send it over to Knutson, the Spring, Texas native. Morrell stepping up. Quick turn, Antley here on the run. The strike by Antley and sailing just wide. Bit too much height on it, as Mangles will have the goal kick. But Antley having a go, as maybe feeling the need to get involved in the action. Another look here, and the quick turn and a strike. That's sailing high and wide of the frame. Ziguro. Through ball up ahead. Falls to Fola in the 62nd. While FA taking it through the back. This Chattanooga side, goal number 23 on the season. 6 clean sheets overall. Giving up 23 goals, 1.2 mark in the GAA. Over the top, handled well by Knutson. Cleared back downfield. Keep in mind though, Tormenta, 18 of their 22 goals have come in the second half this season. Left flank. Taken back and down. Ziguro. Caparelli, and Chattanooga up 1-0 on the road. Content here a bit to burn some time off and pass this around, trying to find the right angle. Beatty sweeps it, right flank. Antley on the run to cover against Walls. And it's cycled on back to Fola and Impongza. Connor Doyle takes it in, the McKinney, Texas native. CC signed the last month from the Dalton side of the Red Wolf organization, playing in League 2 previously. Out of play, back to the red and white kit of Chattanooga. Through here, Cece. Cutting it back, good pass there to Walefi. Walefi battling with Phelps. Doyle stepping up, and this one going out of play. Hara with the goal kick coming. Frustrating last few minutes following the goal allowed by Tormenta, as Chattanooga dictating a bit of the possession and slowing this match down. Tormenta looking to respond. Of course they did when they were last down at home against Lansing late on in that match. Cadono off of Morel with the assist to tie up, and then of course Pablo Hara making that huge PK save in the 97th. Arslan in, headed on by Cadono, but wide. A good look for this Tormenta attack, but off the mark. Another look here as Cadono targeting this near post, heading it up and out of play. 18 shots combined between these two sides, but just 6 on target. Headed on, out of play. It's a throw-in for Tormenta. Phelps out to Knutson. Tormenta trying to give the Cat 5 supporters something to cheer about, as I'm sure the Scenic City Alphas were out celebrating in Chattanooga. Morel intercepted on the pass. Through ball, good run by Cece, but cleared just in time. And this will be saved. Stays in play though with Arslan, as Hara had to save the day from a corner kick for Chattanooga. That would have been a great opportunity for Cece on the through ball coming from Fola. Cadono out to Gomez. Just nothing blooming really for Tormenta in terms of inside the final third in the box. Hanley will try to create here. Chips it in. Here's Rowe. Up ahead. Coutinho cuts back. Strike coming. And just beyond the reach of Mangles, it's in. And Tormenta has equalized here in the 67th. It's Lucas Coutinho with his 3rd of the season. And we're all even here at Irk Russell Park. What a good strike by Coutinho, striking back and past the outstretched arm of Mangles. Morel would have been at the back post as well, as now I believe the assist there going to Rowe, as that goal of course also brought to you by South Beach Tan and Lucas Coutinho. Doyle out of the back, down the right side. Walefi, his pass intercepted, and maybe here some momentum, some confidence for this Tormenta side. And Ponza chips it ahead, easily brought down by Phelps. Trying to get by the Ghanaian, he does down the right flank. Good move there, as Morel after it, but can't get there in time. Throw in here for the Red Wolves. As it's shot number 11, that strikes true here today for Tormenta. All even at 1. Shinya Kadona goes down, no foul called as this is heaved the other way. CC in the area, but Phelps there first, taking the ball in here in the 69th. Knutson out wide, Arslan here, as he'll play it on back. There's Knutson stepping up, plays it to Antley down the left flank, the former Mercer player in his collegiate days. Eventually working it to Micheletto. Right flank, Alex Morel on the run. Cuts back, end line, plays it over. Open chance and saved by Walls. What is the call here? And indeed, it looks like a penalty in favor of Tormenta as a huge stop inside the box, maybe coming off the arm of the Chattanooga defender. What a buildup by Tormenta nonetheless as the referees talk this over. Morel cutting the ball back and Antley a powerful strike. Oh, a beauty, but deflected away. Another look here as the officials talk this over. Morel cutting it back. It is Walls in the situation. Off his head it looks like. He did have the left arm slung up in the air. This is a huge call. Table defining call really as we move towards the end of the season. As it was Walls there with his left arm clearly upright, but it looks like on the slow replay that it did go off his head. We'll see what the officials saw though, as obviously they can only see this in real time. And Micheletto there punching the ball to the corner. And that probably tells you the frustration, as this will be a corner kick for Tormenta as the penalty will not come. And this corner kick, of course, brought to you by the Sack Company, as Micheletto and the Tormenta side continue to talk things over with our head official, Arroyo. But a good job by the referees talking this over, as on the replay, it did look like it was off the head of Tony Walls. Corner kick brought to you by the Sack Company here for Tormenta. Whipped in, brought down, jumbo best but cleared by Walls. Brought down as Antley went after the ball, and good sportsmanship as he'll check on Tony Walls. So a crazy battle there between the left back of Tormenta and the right back of Chattanooga. Walls getting the defender save and then also having to get the stop on Antley as he tried to go after the ball in the box. So after all that, we're still deadlocked 1-1 here in the 73rd. Fans follow Tormenta, Chattanooga, and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, US Open Cup, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Gomez. Rowe, through ball, knocked back and away. Here's Walls on it, as Walefi loses it to Gomez. Antley stepping up, over to Rowe. Now, Cadono, Micheletto, little tip, as he's brought down. No call as it's waved off, and it's back all the way for Jad Arslan here in the 73rd. Substitution coming on as it is Hurst on his debut, coming in for Ziguro. And we know what strikers have been able to do in their debuts here at Eric Russell Park. Oliver White, a goal. Shinya Kadono, a goal. Will Greg Hurst follow? The native of Stirling, Scotland, at 22 years old, coming on here in the 74th, looking to provide that answer here for Chattanooga. Beatty and Rowe battling as Rowe gets a yellow card. More than likely for dissent following that foul as Beatty draws it, the captain of Chattanooga, and a free kick for Chattanooga at midfield here in the 75th. Beatty winning the foul on the contact from Rowe. Frustrating call, but for Rowe, now his second yellow card of the season. Ball away to the back end, cleaned up there by Mangles, as it was Morel, as you saw, going after it. Fola ahead. Reminder, stay with us here on ESPN Plus, coming up at about 10:20 Eastern Time. It will be FC Tucson and North Texas SC in what should be a very high-flying offensive battle. Going at it in Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Finishing off our League One week here, week 20. As Tormenta and Chattanooga tied at 1 here in Statesboro, Georgia. Hurst going the other way. Well, losing it on a heavy touch, and Arslan back over to Hara. An update from Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. 1-0 to the away side as Richmond Kickers take the lead in the 69th. It's Daniel Jackson with the tally. They're into the 73rd now in the upper Midwest, but Richmond Kickers looking for their third straight victory and to make some noise against Madison there on the road. Here it stays 1-1, Chattanooga and Tormenta. Scooped into the box, headed up and out of play as Tony Walls again getting a big stop inside the box. It's a corner kick for Tormenta, brought to you by the Sack Company. This Sack Company corner kick going to be the 5th of the match for Tormenta. Heading over to take it is Micheletto. Ball whipped in there as it's headed away. Diving stop by Beatty. Micheletto barely keeping that in play. Finding some room. Gets it back from Rowe. Brought down top of the box by Walefi. Pretty clear foul there on the shoulder to shoulder. And it's going to be a free kick for Tormenta. And oh, what a beautiful opportunity for the home side to take the lead. Another look here on the replay here from Statesboro, Georgia. It's Micheletto here. Knocked off the ball by Walefi. And getting the free kick here for the home side. There's a big wall being set up for the Red Wolves. That'll be brought back by Arroyo. Four men in that wall in the white and red kit. Ball whipped in. Mangles tips it over. Beautiful opportunity there by Coutinho. Unable to get it in, but Mangles forced to make the save. It's another corner kick for Tormenta as we check out this opportunity. Coutinho dipping this one in, and Mangles tracking it very well and parrying it up and out of play. Here the Sack Company corner kick. Take it quickly, and then Tormenta having to take it all the way back. And Gomez will whip it essentially to Phelps. 79th minute. Again, some late stage drama here for Tormenta at home. As Cadono collided into by Fola, it falls to Walls. So far, just one substitution used by Tormenta, 2 used by Chattanooga. Hurst fighting for the ball, one back by Rowe, over to Gomez. Phelps, Gomez. As it looks like on the sideline, preparing to enter is Jose Soto, midfielder out of Fort Worth, Texas, at 30 years old. As Doyle will clear this down the field. CC, unable to see too much action since coming on. As Josue Soto set to come on, 2 assists this season. Here in the 80th, now 81st, 1-1 Chattanooga and Tormenta. And it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Chattanooga is here on the road, as you see Soto preparing to come in here at Irk Russell Park. Rowe, Micheletto, back with it, through ball, but Cadono was making chance in central area of the box, and Morel there held up his run. Chattanooga back out of the back here in the 82nd. Ball down the right flank, headed on by Knutson. Coutinho, advantage played through the middle of the defense. Still running, back to Roba, met by Doyle. So is Amponzas, free kick here as Tormenta wins it. Rowe drawing that free kick. Free kick for Tormenta here in the 82nd as Coutinho stands over the ball. Five-man wall here for Chattanooga as this is dead on with the frame of the goal. Great opportunity once again, Coutinho. And Rowe standing over it. He'll take it, Bender, but Mangles again saves it by the tips of his fingers in that top left corner. Stays 1-1 here in the 83rd, another look. This one whipped in. A good chance by Tormenta, but saved by Mangles once again. Seone making way for Soto a few moments ago. And the change at the top with the attacking unit as this foul is called against Antley. Connor Antley moving back now as Chattanooga gets possession. Who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL League One power rankings only on USLLeague1.com. big switch in those power rankings as Fort Maston and Greenville at the top of those rankings this past week. And certainly Greenville will be making their case for number one after the win yesterday. Madison currently down 1-0 still against Richmond at home in the 81st. Back here, stopped by Hurst, through the traffic, knocks it on. Soto there, back, the shot, and in! Josue Soto off the bench and putting Chattanooga up 2-1 here in Statesboro. And Pablo Jara left, asking for more from his defense as a wide open opportunity by Soto. And he makes it count here in the 85th. Another look. Josue Soto, a bouncer on the one hop, past Jara and in. 2-1 to Chattanooga. A huge goal here in the playoff race, as now the Red Wolves a chance potentially to get sole possession of third in the table. For Soto, his first goal of the season here in his 19th appearance. As Tormenta back down here, looking to respond once again. It was Coutinho last time. Who will it be this time around? But thinking of the impact of maybe this result, if Chattanooga holds on to this win. Morrell, different thoughts though, meanwhile, as the play is back top of the box, flicked on by Arslan and cleared by Doyle. If they hold on to this win, Tormenta sliding to fourth place on the table after so many weeks. It was Tormenta in North Texas running away with League One. Now certainly things have changed with these hot streaks from the likes of Greenville, Chattanooga, Lansing, and Madison, of course. Soto, the volley upwards here in the 86th. 2-1 to Chattanooga. Two more substitutions still available for John Milleracey and Tormenta. Throwing for Antley on the far side. Still 1-0 to the Richmond Kickers up in Wisconsin. The 83rd. Play will pause, and a yellow card issued to Soto. His third of the season. Arslan. Phelps to Knutson. Falls through, Antley keeps it in play, and Wall's there, sending the ball into Bolt the Ibis, and he's celebrating his strength as Antley takes the throw in front of the Tormenta mascot. Cadono, quick turn, knocks it over. Micheletto, cut back, moving ahead, strikes it, and back here, maybe off of Mikey Rowe, as this cross, as the play really broke up with that chance. Micheletto got all of that one, almost getting a shot off with it. The play really breaking down as that cross goes in late, and Mangles picks it up here in the 88th. (2-1) Chattanooga on the Josue Soto goal. As Walefe goes down. Checked on by Coutinho. 24 combined shots between these two teams. 10 on target, with the majority 6 coming from Tormenta. Through ball attempted, Knutson after it, but Soto, the goal scorer, gets there first. Out of play, throw in for Tormenta. Micheletto knocking it ahead. Caparelli, the deflection, and back the other way, as it'll be a Tormenta free kick. Quickly taken by Phelps. They lost here today, and Tormenta would have 5 points in the last 7 matches. Really in need of a result here today. As Micheletto steps up, the strike, but sailing into the Statesboro evening. That's the goal kick for Alex Mangles. Mangles hits this deep into the night. Cece keeping that in play, still continuing his run against Rowe. Gives it off. Walefe goes down, late contact from Gomez. As there you see at the bottom of your screen, 4 minutes of stoppage time coming here at Irk Russell Park. Walefe sending this deep and out of play. Goal kick for Pablo Jara. Time dwindling here for Tormenta. They came with some late game heroics last time at home against Lansing. With just about 3 minutes of stoppage time remain. Micheletto stolen away as Walefe with advantage played, runs down the field, runs it to Morel and draws the throw in. Veteran move there by Walefe. Caparelli the throw-in. Off Cece. Throw-in here for Arslan. A good move by Caparelli. Cece brought down by Arslan. Advantage played to Caparelli as he works against Arslan in the corner. Out of play, throw in for the Red Wolves as the deflection came off Tormenta. An update from Breese Stevens Field in Wisconsin, 1-0 to Richmond in the 89th. As we're 2-1 to Chattanooga here. Out of play, and a throw in for Arslan. That's about 90 seconds remain in our stoppage time period. Volleyed up and out of play by Arslan. And hopes dwindling here for Tormenta as Chattanooga looks to complete a huge road victory. Again, these two will face once more on Wednesday, the 21st. As Hurst knocks down Arslan. And a free kick for Jara and Tormenta. Ball's going down, and a free kick awarded to Chattanooga as a late challenge came in. From Coutinho, and Chattanooga will take their time with this one. Tormenta facing Tucson here at home on Saturday. Another 8 p.m. start. As offsides is called. Chattanooga next up, a big matchup against league leaders North Texas. 7 p.m. on Saturday. Again, kicking it for Kids with Cancer match. As Tormenta, maybe one last heave here at home, as they're looking at potentially their second home loss of the season. Pablo Hara over it. Into the box, headed away by Walls. Here's Petey, and he'll bat this down the field. Soto around Phelps, bodied by Rowe. And that's all here from Mark Russell Park. A huge win here for Chattanooga Red Wolves SC. They take down the home side Tormenta 2-1 on the second half goal by Josue Soto, his first of the season. And Chattanooga moving into sole possession of third on the League One table. And Tormenta falling to fourth, still at 30 points. What a victory here. 2-1 to Chattanooga here from Mark Russell Park. We'll be back, of course, with your man of the match, save of the match, and full match highlights coming up here from Mark Russell Park.
Change the way people live, but it offers you exciting new ways to market your business.
That's why CAC keeps up with all the latest trends and advertising methods to help you reach your customers wherever they are.
Targeted, focused internet and television advertising. CAC is your marketing partner that makes it all simple again and makes it all work together for you.
Contact us today and let's keep moving your business forward together.
New ways to market your business.
That's why CAC keeps up with all the latest trends and advertising methods to help you reach your customers wherever they are.
Specialized
Targeted,
physicians and
focused
staff
internet
use
and television
advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Kick your internet into high gear with Bullet Broadband, a division of Bullet Telephone Cooperative. Hey, I'm John Scott, General Manager of Bullet Telephone and the new Bullet Broadband. Bullet Broadband offers the fastest internet speed in Georgia with managed Wi-Fi and speeds up to 1 gig. And if you're a business owner, we didn't leave you out. We can help increase productivity with computer networking, cloud hosting, custom emails, and the highest internet speeds around. Kick your internet into high gear and see what Bullet Broadband can do for you.
Welcome back here to Mark Russell Park, a 2-1 road victory for Chattanooga as we get set now for our save of the match, brought to you by the Sack Company. As both keepers really standing on their heads at times in this match, as Pablo Hara unfortunately losing this battle, get away with but no contact. Alex Mangels on the other side Ball with
sent in,
a rocket by Ziguro. Few saves as Pablo Hara here, really impressed just by the amount of velocity on the strike by Ziguro. But then even better by Hara parrying this away. Again, brought to you by the Sack Company. Our player of the match for Tormenta, brought to you by Powerade, is Lucas Coutinho, of course, scoring that goal that we'll see in our full match highlights coming up now. Again, Lucas Coutinho, your Powerade man of the match here for Tormenta on this night. Tormenta and Chattanooga really back and forth early going between the two sides on the transition. As Coutinho here getting his shot blocked by Fola. Really exciting first 45. Both teams really jockeying each other for position on this field. Possession, Cardona maybe the best chance of that first half for Tormenta. Morel here cutting it back to Coutinho. Arguably, he should have had a brace with that chance there, just going out of play. Seone was all over the place in that first half, really creating havoc for the Tormenta backline and getting in there. Here's that save of the match again, as somehow Hara getting his left hand out to that one. Dennis moving up in the formation in the second half, getting some opportunities going from the right flank. But here came Chattanooga as Seone, the power on that one, right by Hara. It was 1-0 Chattanooga early, and they would hold on late despite a comeback by Tormenta. Cardona there, a great chance. As you could feel Tormenta maybe feeling some stride here going on. Coutinho, here's the strike, giving him man of the match, trickling in and through Mangles, tying the game 1 apiece in the second half. As he urged his team on, hey, let's find another. But no, it was Jose Soto putting it in, his first of the season, trickling on by Hara for the 2-1 lead, and then victory by Chattanooga. And 26 shots combined, 10 shots on target though, just 10, as Tormenta dictated most of the possession, but the transition attack of Chattanooga the difference in this physical battle that we will get to see again coming up on the 21st, just 11 days from today, here as we continue this League One season. Well, some huge results this week in League One so far, and still FC Tucson and North Texas to come tonight on ESPN Plus, coming up in just about a half an hour. As it is Chattanooga, a huge road victory, 2-1, just the second home loss of the season for Tormenta. A big thank you to our entire crew. I'm Chris McCovic as we see Chattanooga move sole possession up third here in the League One table. Have a great night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.